Jordan. I'm the host of the Allegheny Front, and it's Friday here in our office, and we have a video to show you what the rest of the week was like, leading up to this day when we put the final touches on the show. So we're going to take you back in a condensed version of the week in the life of a show. Today, like I said, we're wrapping up, so we're putting the final touches on our website, where you can find archives of the show, alleghenyfront.org, and as well as the current week's episode. And we're working on our email that we send out to all our listeners. You can sign up for that at info@alleghenyfront.org. But first, let's turn back the clock. Hi, I'm Jennifer Shveta-Jordan of the Allegheny Front, and this is where we start the week, right, guys?
That's right.
Kathy Nauer, the executive producer, Reid Frazier, our Marcellus show reporter, and Anne Murray is on the phone. Nancy Eve Cohen, as you know, has reported for NPR. I believe she's based in Vermont. She does some of the reporting for this story on Vermont, but her story is about a new interest in Greek-style yogurt, and it's much more milk-intensive than your traditional yogurt, so it's kind of driving a demand for yogurt. Driving a demand for milk. But then...
And that reminds me.
Reid found out.
I have a story this week about Marcellus shale and milk, namely that when there's a lot of drilling in an agricultural community, there are fewer cows.
Reid came across an item this morning on State Impact. Is that where you saw that?
In the Post-Gazette.
Oh, okay. Jan Jarrett is out of Penn Future. She's been the leader of the organization Citizens for Pennsylvania's Future, or Penn Future, for 13 years. And Anne is looking into that a little bit. Actually, I have an interview with the new director, I believe it's George Yugovic, who has previously worked for the Department of Environmental Protection.
So it sounds like we have a lot to do this week.
We do. We should probably get back to it. So, wait, I saw this on a movie the other day. Do you guys play basketball? Like 1, 2, 3, team!
Yeah.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, team! Okay, so I am interviewing George Yugovic. I am a few minutes late. Gonna give him a call. He is going to be the new head of Penn Future, Citizens for Pennsylvania's Future. One of the big environmental groups in Pennsylvania. This is Jennifer Jordan from the Allegheny Front. How are you? Good. Yes. Yes. He's on the phone. You probably can't hear. Got some good questions for him, though.
In '06, we signed for $15 an acre, and that was great because on 250 acres, that'd pay your taxes and even most of your insurance. And being the way the dairy business was, you just tried to get every nickel you could to help out.
What happened to sort of change your mind about what to expect from this gas business?
It was just, he was putting in too many hours milking cows and basically getting nothing out of it.
Alright, so what's on the show this week?
Okay, well, one of the pieces we have is kind of a movie review that Ken did of the Lorax.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if...
You can find something Dr. Seussy,
Yeah.
probably. If not,
the
music from the actual movie.
And Dennis did a fun kids piece. It's mostly voices of kids who gave up technology for a day. So
Not for the entire Lenten season, just for one day?
Exactly.
Okay.
And
These kids have no backbone.
Yeah.
Ooh, St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. I've been actually waiting for an excuse to play some really awesome Irish music.
Okay, that's your excuse.
Everything that you hear on the Allegheny Front at some point goes through my hands and my ears to make sure that it sounds good, that it's done right, and that basically everything is good and ready to be aired. My favorite part about being the tech guy for the Allegheny Front is listening to music. I select each and every song, for the most part, that goes into the show each week, and I try to develop a theme or find music that represents the story that is just aired to kind of let the listener take a step back and absorb what they've just heard and maybe inspire them a little bit. And this week, with St. Patrick's Day coming up, I've got some great music in mind. So let's take a listen. This one's a lot lighter, and it definitely works with the theme of St. Patrick's Day. We don't always get that lucky. Some stories just have no obvious song choice, and you just kind of pick something that continues with the mood or changes the mood of the show. Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
Well, it's kind of crunch time here on the show. I've got multiple tabs going. I'm reading Reid's story. And over here I was just listening to some audio that Deanna Garcia from Essential Public Radio collected. Its reaction to Dr. Bruce Dixon stepping down. Actually, he didn't step down, he was voted out of office as the director of the health department. And so I'm writing about that, sort of listening to that.
Hi, it's me again. I'm just doing the final version of a script for the story that I'm working on about a decline in dairy farms in the Marcellus shale, perhaps caused by farmers getting rich from shale gas and giving up the life of milking cows twice a day. So I'm just listening to my tape to make sure I got everything I need and putting the script together. I'm about to lay my own tracks down in about 10 minutes. So.
I just finished editing an interview with the new CEO and Future. It was about a half an hour piece, got it down to about 7 minutes. And right now we're trying to locate, talk with Bruce Dixon, who's the head of the Allegheny County Health Department. He just lost his position and we want to get a statement from him. I am working on an interactive timeline to go with one of our stories for our website so that it's not just audio, but people can actually see what the story's all about. We're looking at Dunkard Creek and going back to the ecological disaster and seeing how we can illustrate that in a timeline.
So how do you feel about the fact that your piece just got cut?
I'm not really upset about it. We'll run another week. I mean, I'm glad it's done, to be honest, and it's cut down, and that means another week with something that's already ready, can go in. That's a good thing. That's always a good thing to have extra stuff for weeks, because this happens. I mean, this happens a lot where things get moved around. It's nothing out of the ordinary.
How's it going?
It's great. Just finishing up the show for this week. Looks like it's almost going to work out perfectly.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, timing-wise, seems like everything came out to be just about what it should be. Found some excellent music, if I might say so myself. And everybody sounds pretty good.
Alright, so we're gonna do this second listen to the show. Well, I'll go back to that piece that you wanted Reid to redo. Alright. It's nicer.
Better.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cleaner.
Okay, we had Joey lay down some music under a transition that was a little rough because I was on the phone, did an interview, and then once the caller hung up, the tone of the interview changed a lot, so put a little music under there. I think this sound like clean changes.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Well, here we are again, the Allegheny Front's office. Just wrapped up the show for this week. Actually, we wrapped it up yesterday, but then some news broke, so I'm going to swap it out in a moment and send it here. I'm just waiting on Reid, who'll be filing a spot from home. It's been a busy day. Ran downtown to take a photo of somebody. Just got a book in that I need to be reading. You can be looking for the interview with this author soon. That's how it is. Always something new. Thanks for watching.